What's up everybody, it's PJ the Great. I hope you're having a super beautiful day. And this is my 1 week review of using the iPhone XR. 10R, not X. 10. I've been using this phone for like a week now, and let me tell you, first off, really happy with picking this thing up. I'm happy I upgraded from my iPhone 7 Plus to the iPhone XR, and I'm going to share with you why right now. First, we always have to address that screen. You know, the screen that everybody is like dissing because it's only 828 and it's not 1080p. Said it before and I say it again, this screen is just fine. If you want to check out this video that Jonathan Morrison did, he did a little side-by-side comparison between the iPhone XR and the Poco phone, little kind of like a blind test, and a lot of people were picking the XR over the Poco phone, which is a 1080p screen. So that should tell you right there that there's nothing wrong with this screen at all. I've been watching a little bit of content on it. It looks crispy. Looking at text on here, it looks just fine. There is nothing wrong with this screen at all. And I still stand behind the fact that I actually think it looks better than my iPhone 7 Plus screen. And that's a 1080p screen. So don't get scared. Don't let the 828 steer you away from this phone. Screen looks good. And now let's talk about the performance. How is this thing performing? Well, I'm gonna let you know right now, I've been using this alongside of my iPhone 7 Plus just to see. And as far as the performance is concerned, I have to be honest with you, with the little things that I've been doing, kind of like, you know, checking emails, sending texts, messing around with a couple of apps, it doesn't seem that much faster than my iPhone 7 Plus. Just gonna keep it real. But I'm pretty sure once I get a little bit more in depth with the things that you can do on this phone, like the VR stuff and the emojis and stuff like that, I'm definitely gonna notice a speed increase. You'll notice a speed increase too if you're coming from a 7 Plus to this phone and you're a phone gamer. You'll definitely notice the speed increase there. I don't game, so I really can't tell you, but I have seen videos where people are saying that the XR is way zippier as far as playing games if you're coming from like a 7 Plus. But all things aside and all things considered, the performance is amazing. I like the phone. I think it's pretty fast. Still happy with the pickup, and I'm happy. Good choice. Good choice. Let's talk about that battery though. Now, the battery in this phone, the iPhone XR, is amazing. Let me just tell you, coming from the 7 Plus, I would leave the house with that thing fully charged, and then before lunchtime, it would be like at 70%. This battery has been running like a champ for me all day. I don't even need to charge it until it's time to turn in and go to bed. And at that point in time, I still have like maybe 60% battery, 70% battery left. And I think the one thing that's helping it out too is that it has an LCD screen, so it's not really pushing as hard like as the XS and the XS Max that has an OLED screen. And of course, the resolution, 828. So that's helping the battery out a lot too. The one thing I did notice is that just for play, for one day, I've decided to hook up my Apple Watch first generation to it just to see how it works. And I did notice that the Apple Watch did drain the battery a little bit more than this guy right here, the Fitbit Ionic, but it really wasn't by that much. And they said that it's gonna be the strongest battery in an iPhone to date, even better than the XS Max. So the battery is a champ. How am I liking that form factor? Yeah, touched upon it. I love this form factor. I really do. Like the large bezels on here really doesn't really bother me that much. I am gonna admit, when I pull it out of the box, the first thing I noticed was like, holy notch. But it really doesn't bother me that much. And it doesn't bother me that the bezels on here are a little bit thicker than the XS and the XS Max, because I don't own that phone. Maybe if I was coming from one of those phones or the iPhone 10 to this, it would be a bother. I really like this form factor a lot. Now I have a friend of mine, he just picked up the iPhone XS Max, and we were comparing our phones side by side, and it was then and only then that I noticed while like my bezels are like way bigger than the bezels on his phone. But it still didn't even bother me. And we were like comparing the size, and my friend was looking at it and he was like, you know what, my phone's really not that much bigger than yours. And it's true. I mean, you want to do the math, it's 0.4 inches bigger, so it's really not that much of a difference. I think the form factor is nice. The one thing that I'm liking about it is it's slightly smaller than my 7 Plus, but I'm still getting more screen real estate. Really liking that. One thing that he pointed out to me, he got the XS Max, but he only got I don't know what the lowest gigabyte version is at. Do they even have that one in the 64, or is it just 128? But anyway, he got it in the lowest form factor, so I'll put that on the screen since I don't know it. And what he said made a lot of sense, because I got the 256 gigabyte model, and he said if you have cloud storage, don't waste all of your money on getting the built-in storage in these phones. Just save everything to the cloud, and then that way you can afford to get the lowest gigabytes on the phone and save yourself some money. Kind of wish I would have done that. I was actually going to do that. I was actually going to pick up the 128 gigabyte model, because on my 7 Plus I had only used up 90 gigabytes of the space of the 256 on that phone. But you know what happens, you get on the computer and you're like, oh well, it's only $100 more. So then I did it, but now I wish I hadn't have done it, but whatever. I'm justifying it because I'm not going to upgrade again for like another 2 years. Now, are there any things about this iPhone XR that are like disappointing to me? Because I always try to make things seem like it's all cupcakes and rainbows, but you know what? It's not. There are a couple of drawbacks with this phone that I'm starting to notice that I'm not a fan of. The first one is 3D touch, not having it. I know a lot of people don't even use 3D touch, but I use it here and there. So the one thing that I'm missing is like when notifications come up, being able to 3D press on it and react to those notifications in that way. You can't do this with the XR. The haptic touch will not allow you to do that. There are a lot of people saying too that the ability to use the cursor on the keyboard is gone. It's actually not gone. You just can't press anywhere on the keyboard to bring up the cursor. You have to press on the space bar to get that to work. So that's still there. So I'm really happy about that. Here's my argument in the whole thing. I have the Motorola Moto E4 Plus, and that phone is running Nougat, I think. And it has like its own sort of like 3D touch, haptic touch, and it works with apps. If they can do that in Nougat, and Android is up to Pie right now, I know Apple can do it in iOS 12. But in true Apple form and fashion, you know they like to give us little bits and pieces at a time to keep us like just like begging for more. Oh, it's so frustrating. It's one of the frustrating things about being an Apple fanboy. You know you can do it. Just do it. Just give it to us now. Maybe it could be a Christmas present or something. It's possible. Another drawback I noticed with this phone, and it's not really necessarily a drawback, it's kind of like a matter of opinion. You know, I got the edition. A lot of people are saying, oh, when the light hits it a certain way, you can see like the oranges and the kind of like flashes of pink. This phone is pink. This phone is straight up pink. I don't care what angle I look at it. I'm gonna take the case off. I don't care what angle I look at this phone. This is a pink phone. This is pink. It's like I'm looking at it right now and it's kind of like peachy. I see no orange. This is a pink phone. That's just my conclusion. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with it. It's a different color. I'm, you know, strong enough in my manhood to rock a pink phone. That's why I picked up the clear case. I picked up a couple of cases and a lot of them had a clear window in it. I want to show off the color. I'm just calling it like I said, coral, pink. So at the end of the day, am I happy with this pickup? Yes, I am really happy with this pickup. Another thing I forgot to mention too is that, you know what, the camera is no slouch. Just because you only have one camera doesn't mean that it's less than. As I mentioned, the Pixel only has one camera and it does just fine. If you haven't checked out my video, the B-roll challenge, go and check it out. I'll link it up there somewhere so you can go and check that out. I was really surprised, but I kinda wasn't surprised with how well the camera was. I knew it would do a good job. And the pictures that it takes really good pictures. Here's a couple of pictures now that you can take a look at. The camera works just fine, just having one lens instead of two. I'm okay with that. And you know what, that portrait mode, let's talk about that portrait mode, like how it only works on people and not on subjects because of the one lens. That's just got to be a software thing. I know Apple's got to do something that will fix that in the future so it just doesn't work on people. But if you take a look at this picture right here, I got the mad bokeh in this picture right here without any help from the software. It was just angling and how I took the shot. So it's possible. Come on, Apple, just give us the little 12.0.2 or something that brings portrait to everything. So I'm happy with this phone. I think you'll be happy with this phone too if you're moving from an iPhone 8 Plus or lower. I think it's gonna be a cool upgrade for you. Just your average everyday users like myself, you're definitely gonna notice the upgrade. It's only like the people that are like the true techies that are like dissecting this thing and looking at it, and they're gonna say, 10S Max for me. This is the better bang for your buck if you're just an average consumer looking for an upgrade from your old phone. Thank you for checking out the video. I appreciate it. It's cool hanging out with you and let you know how I feel about the iPhone XR. If you liked the video, do a favor, thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, but don't forget to hit the bell so you'll be notified every time I upload new videos. I got more stuff coming to you. I don't know if I'm going to talk about the iPhone XR anymore. I think I've talked about it enough, but you'll never know. Just stay tuned. Until I see you again, this is PJ the Great saying Audi 5000G. Yeah, I'm happy.